Der Tod und das Mädchen, Death and the Maiden. Vorüber, ach, vorüber, geh, wilder Knochenmann, ich bin noch jung, geh lieber und rühre mich nicht an, und rühre mich nicht an. Gib deine Hand, du schön und zart Gebild, bin frei und komme nicht zu Strafe. Sei gutes Muts, ich bin nicht wild, sollst sanft in meine Armen schlafen. The maiden is making bread in the kitchen. She's doing something, and death comes behind her, materializes. And she's taken by surprise, as anybody would be. So the breath, vorüber, is an important thing in this piece, so that you pay attention to how you breathe when you're panic-stricken, because, of course, no one wants to die. And the problem is that Schubert has given us something which is not in the text. We have, ich bin noch jung. You would say, I am still young. You would not say, I am still young. And death says, I am not wild. Ich bin nicht wild. You don't say, I am. But Schubert writes long pitches here. So you have to reconcile what you've read with what Schubert gives you. So now I will try to put in what I've read into the music and see if it is amplified. I think it is amplified by what I have read with the breath. So here's death materializing. I think that in this setting, that when she says for the second time, und rühre dich nicht an, that she actually dies right there. And then there's a big pause where she collapses into the arms of death. Death, in this case, is probably a skeleton, Knochenmann, dressed in a monk's robe with a hood. And I don't know how you feel about singing skeletons, but that's what happens in this piece. And it's a benign character, not to punish, not to scare, but to sleep in the arms of death forever. When you pay attention to, for instance, Breath of Panic, I know voice teachers tell you not to do this, but for you, this is panic-stricken thing that you have to somehow convey. And it's really hard to convey it because, of course, the breath of panic is not the breath you're used to sing with. But you have to somehow make it seem as though she's breathless and panic-stricken. Who wants to die? And God, death is omnipotent. So that's one thing. And then the death has to seem as omnipotent as he is. He's calm. He's all-powerful. There's no arguing with death. He knows what's going to happen already. And so there's no stress. He has gathered this young woman in his arms and he's carried her away forever. And so the character of death in this piece is calm and gentle. And so you somehow have to convey that with an absolute legato, at the same time pay attention to the fact that the words have been elongated to fit what Schubert had in mind, and also that one word emphasis, nicht willens, which is important. So the things that I've taken from the speaking, I have tried to put into the singing. And that leads, I think, to a more effective performance.